Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here with a quick video about Greek sports, particularly as opposed to modern sports. Someone left a question on my page a while ago, and I said I thought I had a book about Greek sports, but I can't place my hand on it. Then I found it. Here it is. It's called History of Ancient Olympic Games by Lynn and Gray Poole. Sorry, everything's backwards with my video editing, my video program. This was published in the 50s, I believe, 1963 actually. And I don't have a lot to say about Greek sports because I don't care very much about sports. There's something, I was born without the sports gene, couldn't give a damn. But there is something that is different about Greek sports from modern sports. And the first time I remember of this really occurring to me was watching the Super Bowl, which I watched because there was a pretty young lady in attendance at this party that I was at, I went to because I knew she would be there. I ended up marrying her. So it all turned out for the good that way. And at the party, watching the Super Bowl, drinking some beers, I saw Janet Jackson's boob. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. And later it turned out that that was a scandal. But those of you who want to look up the coach's speech at the end of that's the only Super Bowl I watched since I was a kid, at which time I watched one other one and didn't care about that one either. So strange coincidence that I was watching during Janet Jackson's wardrobe failure. But the speech given by the coach struck me. He said, we are here as a team. We won as a team. This is not something for individual. You know, the individuals didn't do this. We did it together. And that's the first time it really hit home for me. He felt very proud, and I'm sure his heart was swelling with joy as he said that they did it as a team, not individuals. But that made me scowl. And ever since, it's occurred to me again and again that, and I've listened for and sort of paid minor attention to the subject of Greek sports when it comes up in documentaries or something I'm watching. I don't know of a Greek sport that is not an individual event. So let me give some examples from this book here. We'll just read the chapter titles for the middle chapters. It, of course, has a few opening chapters, and then the foot races, right? Who's going to be the winner in the foot races? Now, there were probably relay races where teams won. I don't know. I have never seen evidence of such a thing in all my reading and all the videos. Someone suggested that to me. Said, well, they had relay races. I don't know. Definitely they had foot races, of which the winner is definitely an individual. You can't team run. The broad jump, obviously an individual event. Wrestling and boxing, clearly an individual winner, no team winners there. Discus and javelin, again, individual, not team sports. So, I don't know of any Greek sports that were team events. And if you're going to push your kid into sports, if you believe sports are good for some reason, or if you want to play sports, or if you like watching sports, just remember next time that you're watching a football game or something that there's some individualistic player on that team who doesn't want to put up with the coach's shit. He doesn't like this other guy that plays this other position, but he's got to eat his humble pie and be a team member. There's no I in the word team, yeah? Don't they love saying that? So that's something that I recommend against sports. That's something that I deride sports today for being non-individualistic, anti-individual. Always subordinate the individual to a team. So maybe I wouldn't have been so against sports all my life if there could have been some more emphasis on individual sports. I mean, today you can't even have things like track and field without teams, right? You get the various runners and all their positions put together equals a medal for the school or not. Or everybody wins because you couldn't have a loser because that's bad for self-esteem. So they can mess up anything, even individual sports. But take this home with you and think about it next time that the problem occurs to you. What is the use of sports and all the millions and billions of dollars we spend on sports every year in America and around the world, and watching them and being concerned with them, and they are team sports, unfortunately. Too bad that we couldn't have a more individualistic view. I mean, even within the team sports, people try to idolize the individual players, Michael Jordan, for example, and so on. But wouldn't it be better if we could not only idolize the individual players, but then admire the individual players and their individual merits instead of teams?